Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young boy named Rohan. Rohan was a curious and bright student studying in class 6 at the local CBSE school. He loved science and was always eager to learn new things. One day, Rohan's science teacher, Mr. Parida, introduced a fascinating topic to the class: the separation of substances. He explained that substances can be classified into pure and impure substances. Pure substances are made up of only one type of particle, while impure substances contain more than one type of particle mixed together. Mr. Parida further explained that there are various methods of separating these substances. He mentioned that threshing, winnowing, handpicking, and sieving are some common methods for separating different solids. Intrigued by this, Rohan thought of trying out these methods himself. He decided to start with threshing. He went to his grandfather's farm to witness the process. Rohan observed as his grandfather used a tool to separate the grains from the harvested crop. He learned that threshing involved beating the crop to separate the grains from the rest of the plant. Next, Rohan tried his hand at winnowing. He took a mixture of grains and husk and stood outside in the gentle breeze. As he tossed the mixture in the air with a wide, flat plate, he saw the wind blowing away the lighter husk while the heavier grains fell back into the plate. Encouraged by his success, Rohan moved on to handpicking and sieving. He collected a mixture of pebbles and sand and used his fingers to separate the larger pebbles. He then used a sieve to filter out the smaller sand particles, which passed through the holes of the sieve while the pebbles remained on top. As Rohan advanced in his experiments, Mr. Parida introduced him to more sophisticated techniques for separation. They discussed magnetic separation, which involves using magnets to separate substances based on their magnetic properties. Mr. Parida gave Rohan some iron filings and sand and demonstrated how the iron filings could be separated using a magnet. Inspired by the magnetic separation method, Rohan decided to explore other techniques. He studied evaporation and condensation, learning that liquids can be separated from solids by heating the mixture to allow the liquid to evaporate and then collecting the condensed liquid. He even attempted sublimation, where solid substances are directly converted into a gaseous form without passing through the liquid stage. Rohan also discovered decantation, which involves carefully pouring out the liquid portion from a mixture without disturbing the settled solids at the bottom. To observe decantation in action, he mixed sand and water before letting it sit undisturbed. He then poured out the clear water while leaving the sand behind. Another exciting technique was centrifugation. Rohan conducted an experiment with a mixture of oil and water in a test tube. He discovered that spinning the test tube at high speed in a centrifuge caused the oil and water to separate, with the denser substance settling at the bottom. Lastly, Mr. Parida taught Rohan about floating and sinking. They experimented with a mixture of sand, salt, and water. Rohan observed that the salt dissolved in the water, while the sand sunk to the bottom. This helped him understand that substances with different densities can be separated based on their ability